When my dad moved to Vermont when I was in 7th grade, there was a dilemma. Even though he came back to see us every other weekend, whenever my brother or I wanted to show him something cool or just see him, we couldn't. This problem was quickly resolved when we discovered Skype. I can now interact with him even though he was on the other side of the country, thanks to the internet. This fixed a huge problem, and this technology brought us closer together. But allowing people to interact with friends or family from great distances is not the only thing that technology lets us do. New technology helps us save lives with advances in medicine and gives oppressed people a voice and a way of organizing. No matter what the new technology is, people are criticizing it, complaining about how it's driving us farther apart and making us stupid. And this is true to some extent, that we make it so. People bring up the problem of technology cutting us off from human interaction. And in an opinion piece written by Martin Lindstrom, he says, for many, the iPhone has become a best friend, partner, lifeline, companion, and yes, even a Valentine. In Feed, M.T. Anderson depicts a world where everyone is essentially a slave to technology and social interaction is usually done through chat. Whenever Violet attempts to tell Titus about how she's feeling, or how she's feeling about their relationship, he doesn't know how to react, thanks to the feed, and he even deletes all of her memories. I looked through the window over the sink. I deleted everything she had sent me. Dorsey Gu talks about her family's tech use in a New York Times interview. Things that I thought were unacceptable a few years are now commonplace in my house. Like all four of us starting the day off with 4 computers in 4 separate rooms. Even more extreme are the predictions of M.T. Anderson around the feed causing lesions and the loss of skin. As Titus says, my mom had lost so much of her skin that you can now see her teeth even when her mouth was closed. While it's true that technology could go this way, it doesn't have to. I would argue that many of the visions in feed don't actually match reality. Before any of us had MP3 players or cell phones, did we regularly engage in conversation with strangers on the street or on the bus? Asked Jordan Kramer in an SF8 article. And the answer is no. Even though most of it greatly increases productivity and helps out. Some of the most important technological advances are in the medical field. Only 60 years ago, people routinely died of polio, and the new disease that has been killing millions is HIV. But according to the UN AIDS program, 2.5 million deaths have been averted in poor and middle-income countries since 1995 due to AIDS drugs being introduced and access to them improving. Another thing that new technology has accomplished is helping to start revolutions. In Egypt, in the Egyptian uprisings last year, it was very difficult for the media to capture what was going on. But thanks to sites like Twitter and Facebook, people were able to tell the rest of the world what was really happening and mobilize. It's become more difficult for regimes to oppress their people with satellite TV, the internet, and mobile phones. And without text messaging, the Egyptians couldn't have organized the way they did, said Miguel Cantelas, professor of political sciences. So as you can see, technology is a bit of a mixed bag. But the overwhelming majority of technological advances have helped us save lives and let people have a voice, even if an oppressive government is trying to censor them.